Tom Downey. Alongside me is Mitchell Renz, trying some new stuff today, simulcasting on a whole bunch of different channels here at Chat Sports. Now, we will dive into NFL Daily, but there is some real-life sports stuff going on beyond just free agency that feels pretty damn important at this moment that we are going to discuss here. That involves Keving Durant. And Keving Durant right now, along with Rudy Gobert earlier, has tested positive for what we call Gobert. It is coronavirus. That is a big deal. This was Shams who broke this news. Keving Durant tested positive. Durant says he's feeling fine. Everyone be careful. Take care of yourself and quarantine. We're going to get through this. Now, again, we're going to get to the NFL stuff. I promise you guys that. This is important enough, we believe, that it's worth discussing on what is normally an NFL show, because this is a big deal, guys. This is certainly a big deal. One of the best players in the NBA has now tested positive for this disease that is ravaging the nation at this point.
I know. I mean, Tom, we know we live here in Dallas. We've been kind of put on a little bit of a lockdown here. And when you deal with a player of the star caliber of a Keving Durant, I mean, it's going to shake you a little bit. I mean, when we were here live, when the NBA suspended the season, it was pretty groundbreaking. And then, it comes out that Rudy Gobert had the Gobert, which we're not allowed to say because of YouTube. And then also Donovan Mitchell came out. And then you have celebrities like Tom Hanks. I mean, this is a big-time deal. It's not just impacting sports. It's impacting all of our lives. So that's why we're going to talk about it. That's what we're going to do here at Chat Sports. We're going to talk about the things that matter the most, and this is something that, matters a lot. So Keving Durant tested positive for the Gobert, and this is pretty crazy.
Yeah, kind of an unusual time to be around in the sports world where the NBA has been postponed. We'll see when it comes back here. This is another notable NBA player who has now tested positive. Once Rudy Gobert tested positive, the NBA moved quickly to shut down the season. Once it got to one of the players, they suspected it might be going to a lot of them.
Yep.
Donovan Mitchell has it as well. Keving Durant now. This is originally reported by Shams, and Woj has it as well. This is where we sit. This is what's going on in the real world beyond just free agency. Keving Durant has now tested positive as well. It's a significant deal. Now, some background here is that Brooklyn was out in the Bay Area. They were in San Francisco. Once they came back, once they were allowed to leave and kind of move and travel, Brooklyn tested their team. And 4 players are among this amount here. The 4 Nets tested positive. One of them is Keving Durant. At this point, the other 3 are not yet known. The rest came back negative, I believe, but 4 of them have tested positive, and Woj's original tweet from earlier today was that one of the player woke up with aches. The rest have no symptoms, and that's not uncommon with this. You can have the illness and not know it because you don't experience any symptoms, as how a lot of disease end up working.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be something that we're going to talk you guys through. I know we are live on the Raiders Report, on the Cowboys Report, and now live on our, main channel as well. So there's a lot of stuff happening here. It's pretty crazy, everything that's been going on with this whole thing. So here at Chat Sports, we're going to do our best to keep you up to date on the latest NFL news, rumors, NBA news and rumors, but also just stuff that's going on around the world. So we talked about, once the NBA was suspended, how this was going to be a trickling effect and how it was going to impact our lives. And now, when you have big-name players, I think that's what kind of makes this a little bit more realistic. If you guys want to shout out your city where you're watching from right now and how it's impacting you, hey, that's what Chat Sports is all about. It's a live interaction.
Some other things that I want to mention beyond this, the reason we're not using the word you see on your screen is that YouTube is weird. Yep. They tend to not like it when we discuss it. They get kind of freaked out because apparently it's too sensitive.
Correct.
But look, this is an important topic.
Yeah.
This is a big deal for the NBA, for the sports world as well. Keving Durant is the latest NBA player that we know of that has tested positive. His quote was, "Everyone be careful. Take care of yourself in quarantine. We're going to get through this." Durant, by the way, said he feels fine, Mitch.
Yeah. I mean, my friend, he's a nurse, and he's like, this is a lot like the flu, but it's also a lot more powerful than the flu. He could feel fine now, and maybe a week from now, the sickness might actually hit him then. But it's just like anything. We need to start washing our hands more. We need to be a little bit more hygienic. Here when we come into the office, we use hand sanitizer, we use soap. Everyone out there, if you haven't washed your hands yet today, go do it. And for those of you that have washed your hands and have sanitized, type W for wash your hands or type S for sanitize. That's my message here. Maybe this will open up our eyes a little bit. So Keving Durant has tested positive for the Gobert. So what is your one-word reaction to this news? Only one word.
I think, how about real? And I think that's how we need to be approaching this at this point, where we start to take things more seriously when it's people we know that have it.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. Kevin Durant is someone every sports fan knows. Everyone knows who Kevin Durant is. I might not like Durant as a person, for there's some Thunder fans out there, but no one wishes this on anybody.
Correct.
So this is real now. So, take precautions. Don't be out partying on South Beach like some people were this past weekend. Like, why are you out at a beach? That's a stupid idea. It's time to take it seriously, or this is going to take longer to get through as a country, unless you want a full-fledged lockdown like Italy has.
So Christopher Perez says, why can't you say the thing? YouTube just thinks that word that you see on top of your screen is just too sensitive for us to say, so we're actually not allowed to do that. So for that reason, we are calling it the Gobert because of the action I think Rudy Gobert took on Monday where he was touching a whole bunch of microphones. This is last Monday. Don't really like the way he handled it, and he was the first NBA player that was listed to have the Gobert. So that's why we have to call it that. But he was the very first person, and then that kind of led to the domino effect. And, when you're around people, sometimes obviously it passes along. And then the next player, the notable NBA player that got it, was Donovan Mitchell. And I think when that one came out, you're like, oh, man, how many other players are going to have this come out? And then once you know it, you have Gobert, you have Donovan Mitchell. I'll be pretty curious to see if any other players do end up getting this because now Kevin Durant.
People that are going to get it.
Oh, yeah.
That is the reality of this situation. I know it's strange. I know it's awkward. It's not ideal, but that is where we are at. There are going to be a lot of people who get this disease, and hopefully we all get through it in the end, but it will probably take a little bit of time. That's why the government is instituting a whole bunch of different suggestions and implementations of not getting together in big groups. We're a small group here at Chat Sports, so we've been able to hold on to that so far, but this is where we're at. Now Kevin Durant, someone that every sports fan, at least I think 99% of sports fans have heard of, if you call yourself a sports fan, there you go.
So what's your one-word reaction? Throw it in the comments section, and remember, I see some people like, wait, this isn't the news. We will get into some NFL news and rumors here in just a little bit, and for everyone who's watching on our Cowboys Report and our Raiders Report channel, we are doing a simulcast on our main Chat Sports channel, and what you guys are seeing is what we would normally show on our main Chat Sports channel. Y'all voted that you wanted to see it. So hopefully, you go check out our main channel. Go subscribe there. The link is below, youtube.com/chatsportstv.
I want to make some notes here, by the way, on Durant. Durant hasn't even had any symptoms of this. The Nets just found a way to get everyone tested with, apparently they said, a private company. Durant did not have symptoms of this.
Yeah.
But he does have the Gobert. Again, YouTube doesn't like it when we call it the actual name, so calling it something a little bit different here. But that's where we sit right now. That is where we sit.
I'm seeing some reactions. Matt York says this is scary. Steven said, where's my Raider shirt? I wear these shirts for main Chat Sports channels. And then we got Year. He's saying also it's pretty scary. Real's in there. Yeah, I think these are very, very real-life reactions that we are having. Whoa is another one. A swear word for poop is also in there.
YouTube doesn't like it when you swear. So
when you swear, it kind of gets blocked. So continue to get your one-word reactions in because, yes, Kevin Durant, Brooklyn Nets star, NBA star player. He has the Gobert, and the reason why we have to say Gobert is simply because YouTube thinks it's just a little bit too sensitive. So
again, just to kind of go through the news here again, Kevin Durant has tested positive. One of 4 different Brooklyn Nets, among some previous Utah Jazz players, Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, tested positive. Durant is one of them. Durant was not showing symptoms. The Nets found a way to test all of their players, apparently through a private company is what the original tweet was. And 4 of them tested positive. The other 3 are not yet known. And, I don't know who they are. I'm certainly not going to speculate. But there were 3 other Nets players who did test positive for the same disease that other NBA players that has really shut down actual sports around the world.
Oh, yeah. It's shut down sports. It's shutting down cities. It's shutting down everything. And I think it's just one of those things that you have to look at. You need to take responsibility, talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors, make sure that people are doing the right things that they need to be able to do, like washing your hands, like sanitizing. Heck, when I get home, Tom, clothes, they come off, They go right in the wash. That's why I had to wear some ripped jeans today.
Yeah,
that's part of it.
Got some weird-looking pants on right there. But
that's what you got to do.
This is the reality of what we're at. So do the smart thing, do the right thing, Make it happen. Don't be silly. Don't go out late at night. Don't go out partying. There's just no reason to do it. We all take it seriously. We'll all get through this a whole lot faster. So that's key for me.
I do see a pretty funny comment here from Activision. It says, give me credit here. I'm going to wear my Amari Cooper jersey, and I won't catch it.
So that's okay. That's fine. We can go that route if you want. So you can keep the comments coming here. We'll get to the NFL in a little bit. The one-word reaction, your one-word reaction, I mentioned real about Kevin Durant having this illness amongst a variety of other NBA players. Ricky, we are not in San Francisco. We're in Dallas these days. So that's the update on Kevin Durant. We will revisit this stuff as it is noteworthy, as stuff happens. But that is your update on this serious issue facing America. Kevin Durant now also stricken with coronavirus.